This is Around Atlanta, and we're here with Eva Bellamy, the pioneer woman. Hi, Eva. Welcome to Around Atlanta.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Tell us about yourself and who is Eva Bellamy?
Well, I was born and raised in Passaic, New Jersey. I moved here to Atlanta back in 2000 with my two small children, anticipating of starting a hair salon, but I realized that God had a greater plan. So that's I've been here 20 years now. So yeah.
So, what do you do?
Well, I am a writer, a producer, author. I'm a content creator, I'm a writing coach, I'm a publisher, and my passion is to really like help people birth out their visions. I know for myself when I reflect back on my life and not having that support, that's what gives me that passion to really want to help others, birth out their dreams.
So, why do you call yourself the pioneer woman on IG?
Well, I wasn't asked that before, but I call myself a pioneer woman versus an entrepreneur because an entrepreneur is someone that owns businesses, you know. I call myself a pioneer woman because I'm a teacher, I'm a leader, and I want to be able to teach other people on how to duplicate what I'm doing. Being successful, being a writer, being a producer, just I don't want to use the word mentor, but be that coach that they need, because like I said, my sensitive area of not having that support, I want to be that, I call it a dream birther to others.
So, how did you get into doing what you do now?
So, as I mentioned, when I moved here to, start a hair salon. I went to Wilford Beauty Academy back in New York. I had a friend who moved to Atlanta prior to me moving here. And so we had agreed upon me, you know, coming here, us starting a hair salon. But then within 30 days of moving here, myself and my children were homeless. So, not quite understanding God's purpose, but as I continue on that journey, I was doing, well, actually, when I moved here, I started working at a modeling and talent agency as a makeup artist on the weekends and as an agent during the week, and so then I took on a second job so I can, go ahead and get my own place. And then moving forward, I ended up losing my job at the hair salon, and the agency wasn't quite paying me as much. So I decided to become a stripper, and so I started dancing here in Atlanta. And I want to say maybe about 6 months in, I had an encounter from God showing me a glimpse of me losing my life and never seeing my kids again if I did not reroute myself, because that's not why He moved me here. So when I surrender and say, yes, God, that's when He began to show me that, He called me into the entertainment industry, to basically share, share my message through my writing, through plays and TV shows and films. So that's how I got into this. Yeah, I was, because when I look at Atlanta now, Atlanta is booming, when it comes down to the entertainment industry. But in 2000, I want to say actually 2001, God actually showed me and told me that this was going to happen. So I'm actually honored to be a part of, the move that's going on for Black entertainment here in Atlanta.
And doing what you do now, how does it benefit others?
Well, as I mentioned, there's a lot of people that have talents, they have dreams, but they don't have a strategy, they don't have a plan, they don't have a team, and so a dream is just a dream when you're just thinking about it. but a dream in reality is manifestation. And so, how I am able to help other people benefit from that is taking my thrive, my expertise, my connections, my resources, and to help you, manifest, whether it's a book, a play, want to be a speaker, whatever it is, that's my my purpose.
Let's talk about the struggles before the success. Tell us about your obstacles and how it came to be now.
I have many obstacles. Being in Atlanta without family, with children, it's very difficult. And I believe I ran into a lot of vultures, a lot of people who say, hey, I'm for you, and it wasn't for me. I can recall the times where me and my kids were sleeping on someone's couch, and then the next day they want to kick us out. I'm, just really trying to hold it together without going back to New Jersey. One thing about me, I'm very determined. Don't ever tell me what I can't do, because I'll prove to you, that I can. But it's been a great struggle. I mean, going through homelessness, I'm talking about 10 years plus, having a place, not having a place. Working this job not working, from selling cheesecakes door to door, selling my books, trying to make it all make sense, knowing that, hey, God called me to do this, but how do I do it? You know? So yeah, it's been a great struggle, but now I can reflect back and say that struggle has made me the woman that I am. And that struggle wasn't actually for me, it's for the next person that wants to give up. Yeah.
Tell us about her fire tour that you're doing on July the 9th, 2022.
Yeah. So Angela Brand, she's actually my coach and best friend. And each year she have her fire tour. And so it consists of speakers she have trained. She creates a platform for them to be able to, speak, tell their message. Um, Basically, it's turn your mess into a message, And so I am a part of that. I'm actually the host for Atlanta, and I'm excited about it. I have a word bubbling in me to be able to just really help ignite that fire in a lot of women, because being an author and being a writer is not easy, because once you write the book, now how do you promote the book? How do you, get people to relate to your message? Who's your audience? And so this tour really helps you to be able to be on a platform to kind of connect to your audience and market your book, and motivate people.
Wonderful. Where can people purchase tickets?
Tickets can be purchased at www.herfiretour.com.
Tell us about these amazing books and what's the message behind them.
So, the Spirit Has Spoken actually inspired me after I got into dancing. And as I mentioned, God gave me an encounter of, telling me if I didn't turn myself around, I wasn't going to be here. And so moving forward, he began to birth this book in me, The Spirit Has Spoken, because I take it as an honor to be able to hear God's voice, right? And the world calls it your intuition, but it's a guide that we all have, whether a person listens to it or not. So the message um, within the book is about listening to your intuition. You have God's voice, the good voice, and then you have that evil voice, right? That's telling you to do not so good things. But then you have your own free will. That voice that's telling you, hey, do whatever you want to do, you know. But we know that with every choice, there's a consequence, whether it's good or bad. So, um, with me being a storyteller, I actually formulated a story. I wouldn't call it fiction. I will call it based on true facts of life. because I put myself in different characters. Evie go through 10 years of not having her family in her life because her father missed the voice of God. And so she became a dancer, hooked up with the wrong people. They tricked her, they drugged her. I never been tricked, I never been drugged,
Okay.
but I've been around people who have been tricked and drugged.
Yes.
You know, and so the story goes on with this journey of God leading her down this path, but she began to, kind of like choose her own will. And then throughout the book, you hear the voice of God and the voice of Satan, like the battle of the evil voice and the bad voice that we all have and we go through. So that's the first sequel. The Spirit Has Spoken. The second sequel is The Spirit Has Spoken Again. And this fall, finally, I got it written. The Spirit has spoken His final word because it will show the different levels that Evie have progress, and she, then she decreased, and then she, kind of like take people on that journey.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So where can people find you on social media?
Well, on IG, you can find me at I am Eva Bellamy, and on Facebook, Eva Bellamy, like Bill Bellamy. And I'm on LinkedIn, same Eva Bellamy, and as well on Twitter.
Tell us, Eva, what do you love about Atlanta?
There's three things I love about Atlanta. One, the network of being able to network with entrepreneurs. You know, it's a beautiful thing of seeing a lot of Afro Americans in Atlanta being business owners. The second thing is the entertainment industry, being able to, get your content out there, work with very talented people here in Atlanta. And the third thing is the food. Um, Even though I love to cook, every now and then I love a nice fine and dine restaurant. So yes, that's pretty much what I love. Or I should say what's keeping me here.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
And thank you for having me.
Make sure to tune in to Around Atlanta. Like, share, and subscribe.